Machedo speaking to you from LoyMachedo.com, and it was Loy Machedo. Today the date is 9th November 2016. Time right now is 5:07 in the evening. Now, almost all of you know the fact that Donald Trump is finally the 45th President of the United States of America. Now, some people were surprised, or rather, let's put it this way, majority of the people were surprised, including his own campaign managers, but some people were not. And I'm among some of those people who was not surprised, because I kind of knew, I'm not saying that as Nostradamus, but I kind of knew that he would be. And here, let me share with you the 13 scientific reasons why I believe Donald Trump was destined to be the president, or how is it, the scientific reasons that he became the president. Okay. In the previous video that I've just taken, I've explained as to what it shows about the American public. And in a nutshell, I spoke about the fact that the majority of the American population who voted for Trump, they are racist. The simple reason being is they supported his views about, throwing out Muslims, when the majority of the Muslims are nice people. I mean, I stay in a Muslim country. I don't see any problems with them. So for him to, segregate and say, you are bad because of your religion, you are bad because of your upbringing, you are bad because of your color or your sex, that's wrong. But remember this, Donald Trump is a smart man. These are not his views, and I will share with you, let me explain. See, first and foremost, you need to understand, Donald Trump announced his candidacy towards the president, the journey of being a president, on June 16, 2015, okay? And just have a look at his credentials, okay? He is a businessman, he's a real estate mogul, he's a property tycoon, his brand name is put on golf courses. He has a model management company, that is Trump Model Management. He's a sports investor and promoter. He's also a, beauty pageant promoter. He also had a university where he sold courses on asset management and investments. I sold it off to someone. He also is a brand magnet for the successful TV series, that is The Apprentice. He's an author. I have his books, good books, I'll tell you, not bad books. He's a television producer. He's a media entertainer. He's a branding and licensing businessman with 33 projects. And finally, he decided to become a politician. Now, look, mind you, I'm not endorsing his views on treating Muslims bad. Okay, understand this. But rather, I will tell you as to the scientific reasons why he became, or how did he become the president. First and foremost, you need to understand is, Donald Trump is very intelligent. He is smart. He is not dumb. Okay, and he is a businessman. So whenever he invests in something, he wants to make sure that he gets a return on investment. Now, I specialize in personal brand management. I am a guy who, when clients come to me and they say I'm not getting a good job or I'm not successful in this area, people perceive me in a particular way. What I do is I follow a step-by-step process. I take their resume. I study their profiles, I study their Facebook, I study their LinkedIn, I study what they post, then I have video sessions with them and I record them. So what I do is I take all this data, I write it down, I study it, I analyze it, and then I ask them, what is it that you want to be? So here I have the data, here is what they want to be, I merge it together, and then I find out, okay, these are the key areas where you're making mistakes. Let's say you want to attract women, or you want to be good looking with women, and you do not know how to behave, you're nervous. So obviously I get data and I, segregate it, and these are the points or areas that we work on. Let's understand Donald Trump. Donald Trump was a guy who, until he announced his candidacy, he was going to Muslim countries like Qatar. He was coming here to Dubai. He had the Trump Tower. He has the Trump resorts, or he has the Trump golf course. So he had all these avenues where Trump was promoting himself. So how is it all of a sudden he's just flipped the switch and became, all the Muslims will be kicked out from the country? It's very simple. It is not him. It is his branding and marketing team that is giving him this information. He's just like Ronald Reagan. He's an actor. He just speaks whatever is put into his ear by his team of professionals, by his team of neuroscientists. Remember this, every advertisement that comes out takes all these scientific data, the voice, the color, the storyline, everything is modulated, created, and meshed to make sure that the public really enjoys. So it's like the same person, same qualification, same job market, but a different result, different package, and different level of success. Why? Because they were able to change thanks to the information given by his branding and marketing team. That's point number one. Point number two, which you need to understand, is It's a principle which is say first impression is a best impression. Now, when people see me, when they see all these tattoos, they're like, "Oh my God, oh look at this guy," And most of them, conservative Muslims, they feel, especially the ones who are not educated. Okay, and I use this term pretty loosely. I don't say Muslims. Like I'm just telling you, people they feel I'm the typical devil. Then if I go to India and I see these conservative Indians, they like, why are you putting all this color on your face? Are you gone mad? Then if I meet people from the West who are like conservative, what they feel is, oh, this guy must be a hard rocker. He must be taking drugs and smoking. So what happens is, this is the first impression that you get when you see my face. Okay. Now, what did Donald Trump do to create the first impression? He checked out every other candidate. Hillary was going soft and focusing on women's rights. Then Bernie was trying to be the hero that saves the day with loose problems. Trump decided to create his first impression with a kaboom, a bang. And what did he do? He focused on the one issue that was very sensitive, that many people wanted to say something but didn't say it, but he took a totally extreme tangent. He said all the Muslims will be banned from the US. All of a sudden, everyone noticed him and he had the first impression. I'm not saying that was a positive first impression, but he did get the first impression that was strong. Because remember this, if you want to make an impact, you need to have a very powerful first impression. Okay, so number 2 is first impression. That was the best impression. Number 3, intelligent strategy. Okay, consider this. You go in a room and everyone's wearing a black suit. Okay, it's a large room and everyone's wearing a black suit. All of a sudden you see one guy and he's wearing a pink suit. So obviously you'll be like, why is he wearing a pink suit? And you'll notice this guy. The same thing Donald Trump did, where every other candidate was trying to be goody-goody and politically right and polite and nice and say, we should love each other, we should dance together, kumbaya, live in peace. Donald Trump said, fuck that, no need, bullshit, get lost, we are going to kick your ass. And all of a sudden you're like, wow, there is someone who stands out with a pink suit. So number 3 was a very intelligent strategy. So he stood out, okay? Number 4, you need to keep this in mind, that people prefer nonsense instead of sense. Now, I'm sure you'll disagree with that, so I'll prove it to you. Go to the YouTube and have a look at the video PSY Gangnam Style, okay? You'll check the PSY Gangnam Style has around 2,680,415 and 21 views. That is from the past 4 years. Have a look at the most popular, amazing educational video by Sirkin Robinson, How Schools Kill Creativity. That has 11 million views. That is 2.6 billion, that is 11 million views. Sorry, I got a cold. And these 11 million views have been generated for the past 9 years. And if you check the cute 10 kitten views, okay, now I'm talking of Controversy, I'm talking of a song which doesn't make sense, people dancing like mad. It has 2 billion views. An educational video has 11 million views. A cute kitten has 5.6 million views in 1 year. So Sirkin Robinson's video of education took 11 million views, it took 9 years. But a cute kitten took 5 million views in just 1 year. So what am I trying to tell you? If Kim Kardashian were to show her boobies, her butt, her see-through dress, it would get thousands of views. But if you put something that is sensible, that is educational, you hardly get any views. This proves for a fact that people like nonsense. They like shit. They like gossip. They like, that is why all porno sites have the highest population. You would not have the highest population, the highest growth in any business other than, the sex industry. So what does it show? That people prefer nonsense to sense. Number 5, bad and free publicity. Bad publicity is always good publicity, and the bad publicity, kind of gets more traction than good publicity. Okay, just think of it this way. In a country like United States, if you call someone fat, okay, you can get sued. You ask someone, excuse me, are you a Christian? They'll be like, how dare you racially profile me? Okay, and if you ask someone a personal question like, what is your salary? They can say, how dare you ask me that question? Here, Trump, what he does is outright. He just proudly, I hate this. Sorry, wait, let me get rid of this. I'm getting too many messages. Okay. What Donald Trump does is outright, okay, he just starts calling He starts commenting on women's body parts. He starts commenting on people's religion. He creates so much of controversy that the media, the blogs, were just like waiting for something juicy, because what it was doing is bringing eyeballs, eye views, and this is how they generate revenue. So Donald Trump became the poster child for websites to actually get in more number of viewers and readers. So he got tons of free publicity because of that, and that helped him climb up the ranks. Okay, point number 6: bad is the new good. Okay, let's consider Hollywood now. DC and Marvel comics, for those of you who are fans, you remember the blue eye, blonde hair, the Captain America with a blue shirt and red shield and whatever. People, I think, at some point got fed up and tired of this goody guy. They wanted someone who was foul-mouthed, sinister, murderous, a kind of bloody hero, like playboy, like Tony Stark. Which, if you actually think of it, he's a playboy. He is loose character, but people admire him. Then think of Deadpool. Oh, a lot of blood, a lot of shooting, a lot of bad words. Hulk, he gets angry, he smashes everyone. Batman, dark and sinister, wants to take revenge. So people like the anti-hero. They like the evil. They like the dark. It's something appealing about it. It's so boring to be a nice guy. Have a look at wrestling, WWE. You have the White family. You have Brock Lesnar. You have Undertaker. You have Chris Jericho. All these are playing the role of bad guys, and people like the bad guys. Nobody likes a good guy. It's becoming boring, and that's the same thing that Donald Trump did. Okay. Number 7, perception is the key. Consider this. I'm sitting here. You're sitting here. I draw a number 6 like this, number 6. Now, because I drew it like this, number 6, it'll look 6 to me. But for you, it looks 9. Okay? So that's perception. So you are right where you are. I'm right where I am. Okay? Now, even though the majority of us may feel, oh, Donald Trump is so bad, Donald Trump, he was perceived as a good guy where it mattered the most. And where it did matter was with the American population, the majority of them, who liked to who wanted the Muslims to be out, who wanted it to be just a Christian country, so to speak. They wanted only Americans, which is kind of funny because they actually, got rid of the Red Indians for whom the country belonged to. So it was more like the perception was he is a good guy, even though we look at it as he's a bad guy. So, what mattered is he had the right perception with the right target audience. Number 8, cult following. Okay, think about this. In 1997, TBWA Chat Day, that is the ad campaign company, the advertising company, they came out with Apple's Think Different. That was in direct response to IBM's Think. Okay. Now, what did they portray is we are misfits, we are rebels, we challenge the status quo. So that in turn brought a new wave of rebels, and it was cool to be a rebel. It was cool to be, I don't want to wear a suit and tie. I don't want to follow rules. I'm this cool guy with this cool laptop. Okay, so that is why even today, people having a laptop, an Apple product, even using an Apple product or being a fan is a matter of pride. It's like a cult status. So the same thing, if you look at Obama and everyone before him, everyone was nicey nice. All of a sudden, you have a bad boy who is challenging and thinking different and saying, we are the rebels, we are the misfits, we are different. So then what happens is you have a fan following. So who would want to follow him? So now it's become like the cool Apple conference that they have. So any Apple product, even if it's a flop, people like it. So he has a cult following. Point number 9, create a demand that nobody knows about. Let's go back in time. Those days, if you didn't have electricity, people would always want a candle that would burn for longer, okay? Because they didn't know about electricity. The world didn't know about a car. They only wanted faster horses. They didn't know about, Google, Skype, YouTube, Facebook. They didn't know about all this. They just wanted the better of what they had. In the same way, most of the people didn't know what they want until Donald Trump started voicing it out and beating his drum and saying that this is what needs to make America great. We need to change our way of thinking and we need to be the badass, kick everyone's ass. And all of a sudden everyone like, oh yes, you're right. We need to stop being good. So it's just the fact that sometimes people don't know what they want, and if you kind of shout it out and you keep feeding them that this information long enough, they actually believe it to be reality. So this is what he did. Point number 10. The deadly duo, that is fear and hope. What do I mean by that? How many of you remember, weapons of mass destruction, that is WMDs? They kept saying, Condoleezza Rice, I remember all of them saying, defense minister, I forgot his name, they kept saying the WMDs, WOMDs, and WMDs, and, so much they kept preaching about it that they had to attack Iraq, and eventually they found nothing, okay, because they played this game because they want oil. Remember the bird flu? All of a sudden, Ebola and bird flu. Oh my goodness, we need to wash our hands, we need to cover our mouth, and hand sanitizers were available everywhere. Even today they're available. Every hospital has it. They created a fear. And people are afraid. And then after you create the fear, you give them hope. So the best example for this is religion. When they say, you lost your job, or the world will end, or you're going to die in hellfire, and you want to be saved, do this. Give some money here, protect the poor, give some money here for the church, build some more churches, mosques, temples, give gold to the gods who are there. So this is fear and hope. They are just playing the cards pretty well. So same thing with America. Donald Trump kind of gave them the fear that we are going to be attacked, we are going to have a tough time, we need to change. And then he said, so what's the hope? We can do it, provided you vote for me. So the deadly duo, it worked pretty well for him. Point number 11, brand creativity and brand positioning, which was the key. Consider this. In chocolates, you have Toblerone, you have Ferrero Rocher, you have Snickers, you have Twix, you have Mars, you have Smarties. Now, each chocolate, just imagine, Toblerone, triangle, Ferrero Rocher, it's like a ball, Snickers is 2, Snickers is 1 big chunky with nuts and all that. Then you have Twix, which is 2. Then you have Mars, which is only sugar and nougat and caramel. And then you have Smarties with small bits. Okay, so each brand is different. Okay, now where Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, and everyone else was like a typical, one-dimensional personality. Here you have Donald Trump, so many different personalities. Beauty pageant, he's a model promoter, sports enthusiast, businessman. So he had all these things, and especially I think the biggest thing was he was unapologetic about the bad things he did, and that made him stand out. So yeah, brand creativity and brand positioning, he was the champ. Point number 12, Seduction 1.0, Seduction 101. Now, keep this in mind, just like Steve Jobs. When Steve Jobs wanted something, he was amazingly persuasive. He was persuasive to the point that you could not say no. Especially the dialogue with John Scully. He said, "Do you want to, do you want to keep selling sugared water, or do you want to change the world?" No, just I can't get that exact words, but this was what This is how persuasive he was. Donald Trump is also the same. He is very persuasive when he wants something. He knows to get what he wants. That's why he was able to sign up all these deals. Just imagine, he has been in business from so many years, so obviously he should be very good. So when he wants you to do something, he can be amazingly persuasive. When he doesn't want, he can give the middle finger and make you feel like shit. So he has the 3 C's, which I say is charisma, confidence, and communication. And he did that very well. He has that in abundance, and that is how he was able to succeed. And finally, last but not the least, remember this, Donald Trump is a businessman. Okay, his only focus in life is to make money. He doesn't want anything else. Okay, and he's not apologizing for it. He's not being like hidden about it. His agendas are very clear. He doesn't want to change the world. Come on, he doesn't want to change the world. He doesn't want to do anything. He just wants to do his job, basic. He'll take instructions from his big daddies up there who helped him get there. And at the end of the day, he just wants to make his money, big money, without harming anyone. So that's what he wants to do. If you have a look at all the presidents, not a single one, all of them made their money through wars. All of them made their money by doing bad things. Okay, so but they keep portraying that they are nice guys. Donald Trump is saying, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm a bad guy. So, end of the day, I think he's a smart businessman, and that is why he became. So, these are the 13 points. These are the 13 points by which I feel that Donald Trump really, hit the nail on the head. Do I think he's going to be a good president? I seriously don't know. That's got to be seen. I doubt he is going to be a really good president. But but will he make USA a better place? I doubt. Is he going to bring out the Third World War? I don't know. Will he be good or bad? This only time will tell. But one thing I can tell you is he will definitely ensure that he has the best brains, he has the best talent, he has the best of everything working for him, and that he makes the maximum money like every other president has. He'll make the maximum money, and before he leaves the office. So if I had to summarize, I would just say that Donald Trump is a genius. He's an absolute genius. He succeeded because of these 13 principles. And the one thing I'm pretty sure is, as long as he remains in the White House, I think what he's going to do, he'll milk the cow for all it's worth. So Loy from LoyMachedo.com, and who's Loy Machedo, sharing with you his views as to why and how Donald Trump became the 45th President of the United States. Let me know what you think. Love to hear from you. Goodbye for now.